Firestarr, keeping it smashed.
What's going on?
Episode 4.
I know.
We're still in it. We're living the dream.
Boy.
How is everyone?
Tired.
It's not even that early, you know. I'm just
It
saying, it's
is.
not even that early.
It is.
I'm a bit, to be honest, like we're obviously going to talk about, I'm a bit blown away to be fair.
It's been a bit of a mad morning.
So, the news is...
Yeah, so I woke up obviously, and as you do, check your Instagram. First thing, bang, Cadet's page with a message which I presume was from a family member, or his management posted on behalf of the family member that he died in a car crash, and it's just like, for me, it's a bit mad.
Yeah,
It's
same.
very mad. It's a bit crazy. Like,
yeah, same way, man. Woke up and just bare messages.
that's what I'm screenshotting and putting in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd just have a look at what the hell was going on. Obviously, we don't really know the ins and outs. So
I think it's important to say we're recording this on Saturday, so if there's any other stuff that's come, we don't obviously know that yet.
Yeah, of
Compared to
course.
when
It's
this comes
literally
out.
like, well, like I said, it's this morning, isn't it? So
Yeah.
obviously I showed my missus was like, and that's the fucked up world we live in. Like, you can't even believe what you see.
Yeah, 100%.
So she was like, is it real? And then I looked.
Yeah, same.
I was looking in the comments and you had.
Yeah, I didn't even question that when you posted it in the group. If it wouldn't be real.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't really joke about anything. But obviously I tried to like do a little Inspector Morse and that. And obviously it's on his page. I think Twin commented.
Gigs. Crept, obviously.
At the time.
Oh, you're talking about on the actual...
When I actually seen it, yeah, Twin commented, and there was someone else who like Ill Blue commented, and it's just like, yeah, like this has got to be real. Then I checked, obviously Twitter, and Crep said something. It's just like, bro, I just started thinking like, life's mad.
Bro, life's just too short, bro. Like, that's the whole thing.
Life's mad.
You actually don't know. It's so cliche to say, but you just don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Yeah. Have you ever lost anyone close to you, like family member, friends, or anything like that?
Like grandparents, but no one. Do you know what is expected? Kind of nothing unexpected. Like this was one of those where it's like you just wouldn't expect the shock.
That's the thing for me.
Completely out of the blue.
So obviously I lost my dad in it, so that's a bit. Whenever someone dies, it's either one or the other. Either don't bother me because it just don't match up, or it's like right, it kind of brings you back.
No, but this is one of them ones where it's like I don't know Cadet personally.
Yeah.
Spoken to him last year once or twice.
Yeah.
For
me, I was a fan. Or I am a fan of him.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say was. I am a fan of him, and like he done that Rap Man Shiro story.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember how he got introduced into it, but at the end of it, when he first appeared, he was like, it was like the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
He was in the car. Do you remember?
He was getting the call.
He got the call.
Yeah.
So I've watched that literally on my phone, closed YouTube, gone onto Snapchat, and I've sent a message like, I'm a fanboy in it. I'm proud of that shit.
Yeah.
So I sent him a message saying like, you're an underrated legend for real.
He is underrated. I agree.
Fully.
No,
He's an underrated
completely.
legend for real. And this was like, we're talking almost a year ago, because this was part 2.
He was just like.
This was before.
He's been about 2 or 3 years. 3 years?
Yeah.
2016?
He's been around.
It's been around for time.
No,
It's like he's slowly building
grime
into
days.
what it
Yeah,
seems
he's been around from grime days, like. But at this point, there was no Tumidino yet. They actually made that tune at shooting Shiro Story 3, from what I understand. But yeah, so I messaged him saying, you're underrated legend for real, and he messaged me back saying, Carby and Guru, like, imagine my friend just talked about you the other day.
Yeah.
And he's like followed me on Snapchat, and just for him to actually say that for me was like, okay, you're obviously a real one. And I met him at the Gets His album launch as well.
Yeah.
Same sort of thing, remembered me and whatever.
Yeah.
And we was chatting. But you know, when you meet somebody, you can usually tell within the first couple minutes if they're either a prick,
what their energy is.
and his
Straight
energy
off the
was
bat.
just amazing. And like you said, I'm quite like, so you know that interview I sent to the group, that platform Amaru Don?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about it in a bit,
Yeah.
but I watched quite a lot of his stuff, and Cadet had been on there a few times.
Yeah.
And even in his interviews where he come across and like just how he talks about a lot of rappers will try and make out like they were born rich.
No.
Like they just bust, or they'd even have money. So like, you'd think a rapper's loaded because of how they come across, but he would blatantly say like it's a struggle. And his whole demeanor, I just loved it, and it's just to see someone that a bit of their journey because they've been open about it.
Yeah, and
just when they're about to get to where they're meant to be and live their dream.
We had so like a guy that works with him like the most closely. A guy that went uni and Knots, produces for him and owns a studio.
Oh really?
Sangeet, Asian guy, producer S, singer as well.
Yeah,
like them two are like brethren.
Yeah.
So all of the songs that Cadet was doing,
he was
S would always holler.
Right.
Fire, like, I got the new Cadet for you to send me. Do you know what I mean? Send me all of his joints. Push this is what we're working on. I mean, come down to the studio, and then that's when like Cadet hollered last year. It was actually when he was doing like a couple of dates tour and the Midlands dates. He just hollered at me. I think he was like, do you want to play? Sangeet was like patterning it up. Like, do you want to come and spin some tunes on the Birmingham date and that? Yeah. And I couldn't. But I'd had a conversation with Cadet just to say, look, man, I can't. I've got to like be somewhere else. But you know what I mean?
He just come across as like
bare cool.
And he
bare cool.
To me anyway, I didn't know him like that, but he didn't ever come across as one that really was on his high horse shit. He'd just be real and like just honest. And I feel like he didn't give a shit who you were. He'll work with whoever. Yeah. He'll support whoever. Like the Dino thing. This kid's a kid, like.
Yeah, man.
And that to me, like, karma's a real thing in it. You get out what you put in this world. And he'll tell the story. I don't know if you don't know, but he told the story how they were just sat in the car during shooting Shiro's story at lunch. He went and brought him lunch and said, look, let's work, let's do something. And they made that freestyle that went viral. And then it turned out to be his biggest hit ever. Man. Just out of purely just being cool one day.
Sick tune as well.
Yeah, of course it is. Like, my son knows that tune, bruv. That's mad for me. Like, my son sings that tune, and it's just like, for him just get taken at 28. 28's young, bro.
Yeah.
28's young. CJ's brother died last year, and he's my age.
Yeah.
He died at 34, and that threw me, bro. 35, sorry, and that threw me. So 28, like, I don't think he's had kids or nothing. It's just a bit.
Bro, you just don't know, innit, what's gonna happen like tomorrow. It's just one of them ones.
But do you know what for me is a good thing? Out of all, like, the one positive is that he obviously went for his goal, innit? He chased his dream. That's what I say to anyone. If you're fucking thinking about doing something,
pushing,
just do it.
Always.
Like, and his whole mantra, like, I'll send you the one interview I'm talking about. He's talking about how he don't let not having money. He said he enjoyed the struggle. That's one thing.
But I think that comes across in his music as well.
Yeah, he understood the process. Anyway. He enjoyed the struggle, and he's seen where he was going, and he just kept on going. Right, you say too many people give up too early, and I've been guilty of that.
Yeah,
but like, for me, I don't know. It's just mad. For me, it's just a sign to say, yeah, you got to just do what.
Yeah, there's always these like points where
exactly.
there's always these points where things happen like this, like just bring everything back.
Yeah, of course.
Into just check. Do you know what I mean? Makes you just think about like the last, I don't know, couple of days or 7 days of like interactions or like like something. Do you know what I mean? Anything can happen.
Yeah, you just don't know.
So, yeah, that was some shit news this morning.
Rest in peace, man. It's sad because you're gonna get a few Instagram posts and tweets and that, and then people just go on with their life. But
but there's music. I don't think that music goes away.
For me, he should live forever, bro, because he was a good one. Like, there's a lot of you know more than me, Firestarr. You get a lot of dickheads in the industry.
Yeah, a
lot of dickheads, people that won't even like. And for me, I looked at social media and you see the love he's getting.
Yeah,
that says a lot.
Yeah,
do you get me? There's a certain man that if they were to just drop out today, a lot of people wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, but a lot of people would still claim to give a shit as well, and that's the whole fucked up.
Nah, I think there's a difference. I think there's like, you can tell when it's real love, innit?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. Rest in peace, Cadet, man.
Yeah, definitely.
It's all about
alright, so we have to keep it moving. You know what I mean? So what else? What else did I hit you guys up? Did you see? I sent you thing about. Do you watch the interviews? Did you hear about the? Did you watch the lot? You hear about the Lotto Boyz story, basically.
So we were just talking about this, and I said I don't know the kind of the backstory, but I watched. Is it the Math interview with Math? Yeah. So I watched most of that interview. Yeah. Kind of got that side of it. Yeah. But I don't know what what the other side would be. So Lotto Boyz, I don't think I've known about them for too long. Last couple of years. Yeah, it's everywhere. You couldn't not listen to their music.
One thing that threw me most about that interview I watched is that their numbers, bro. They're doing numbers. Or they were doing numbers.
They were.
I don't know if they're still doing numbers. But
some of those joints.
They're like 100 million streams. That's mad numbers to me. I think that's crazy numbers.
But there are some good tracks, and they got when things get viral, go viral, and you've got kids listen to. I know my sister and that age group will listen to Lotto Boyz at one point. Anything they put out.
Yeah. So basically, they're old. They had a manager. He basically got cut out of the equation. Called Math, and obviously he's dropped a couple of interviews, basically telling his side of the story. And I think the main point of it was he was basically saying people accusing him of like finessing them, right?
Basically, yeah.
And but he's saying that it was kind of he brought them up and he kind of pushed them to where they got to, or brought them to that point.
You know what's funny? Like I don't know if you remember back in the day when I was managing that singer. I won't say his name, but I was managing a singer, yeah. And the thing when you first told me about it before I watched the interview, when you first told me about it, it brought me back to that. Because I got accused of finessing. Yeah. And this guy, this is when nobody.
Gavin the finesser.
This is when nobody. You wouldn't have guessed it.
I didn't even know Gavin managed to sing us. This is new news to me.
Listen, Gavin he's a jack of all trades, man.
Yeah, I did my thing. We did all right. No, to be fair, we did. So it's a long story, but I met the guy through another artist who's still doing this thing. Big up Daddy Bricks, and then basically I was in the. He was singing the hook for Daddy Bricks' song, and everyone was there. Obviously, Bricks. You got all the video girls. Fuming was on the track as well back then, which obviously everyone's gassed because Fuming's there. But my thing was, I'm just hearing this. Everyone's just singing the hook, like. I don't know, I'm just weird like that. I'd sit back and I'd observe the room and everyone was singing the hook. No one weren't really going on about the actual verses or how good the bars or anything. Everyone was just on the hook. So I pulled him to one side and I said to him, look, like, I'm looking to get into management. You want me to manage you or whatever? Because being an artist was never really my thing. But anyway, long story short, ended up managing him, got him play on One Extra, did a track with Wretch, which done video for and all the rest of it. And then started building momentum.
Did as well.
Remember? Yeah. We done bits, bruv. And
I got sent that Wretch joint. Probably by you.
Probably. We had it on Facebook. So when people like putting stuff on Facebook and all that shit, we were doing it. We're talking 2008.
Yeah.
We're talking a while ago. And then he started getting a bit of notoriety, and obviously he's got the tune with Wretch. Got a couple bookings. When I say bookings, it was like 200 people booking.
Yeah.
Did Blushing at you and back to Derby around inflation time. This was, and he done the show there. But all right, so this is when I knew it was a bit dodgy. So after that, the Blush booking, we had an apartment, and I bring a girl back to the apartment, and he sat in the front. This was weird as fuck. But he sat. I'm drunk. I'm in the bedroom.
This is a weird story. Okay, go on.
Where we going?
Let me land. Sound weird. So I'm in the bedroom, obviously, and he's in the front room, or the living room, whatever, with the girl. And like, I'm thinking, oh, where's this chick, whatever. So then eventually she comes inside the room and she's like, your guy's crazy. I was like, what? She goes, yeah, he told me how like the jacket he's got, Chris Brown gave it to him. All these mad stories, bro.
We're just chatting shit.
He's chatting absolute shit. So I'm obviously, my mind's on other things, innit? So I didn't really think of anything else. Roll on the next day and that. I didn't really say nothing to him, but then a couple weeks later, we had a falling out over 100 quid.
Yeah.
Literally, it's 100 quid. No one was making money from music back then. But I just had this vision, this kid could do bits, Next thing you know, I've stopped managing him, we've had a fallout. And then he starts chatting to some girl from Nottingham.
Yeah.
Starts seeing her, whatever. And then I've done a comedy show, LOL, like 3-4 years down the line. And she comes to the show. And then I'm on Facebook promoting it and that. And then she hits me up and she goes, Did you ever manage such and such? I was like, yeah. Why? She goes, oh, can I ask you one question?
Is he crazy?
No, she goes, did you ever steal money from him? Honestly.
Oh, that's what he was going.
That's what she said to me.
So that's what he was saying.
She goes, did you ever steal money from him? Honestly, I was like, what do you mean? She goes, he told me you stole 50 grand from him. Man.
What?
50 grand.
What?
Bro, I'll be lucky if we made 50 pounds between us. Bro, my man told him what 50 bags. So that's what I thought, like, this guy, artists will do that. They'll say they've got finesse because they might not even understand the business like that. Or they'll think there's money coming, or they're just straight liars.
Listen, like that whole thing there, the management, I've never managed, yeah? So I don't know how difficult.
It's an unforgiving game.
I don't know how difficult I'm sure it can be.
Imagine babysitting an adult. I'm looking, like, when I say babysitting, you've got to look after their life. You're basically like in charge of their life.
Them on the point of Lotto Boyz, they were living together as well.
Yeah.
That's mental.
And no, but that's not, to me, that's not mental, because I said to my man, like, this when I had my dad's house, after my dad passed.
You was ready to move in?
Yeah, I said to him, move him to my house. Yeah. You don't have to pay rent. Let's do this thing, like.
No, I get that, but the point is that, you see with that scenario, like, I was explaining this to one of the boys, like, you got two artists who are, like, brethren from early, yeah?
I thought they were all boys, to be fair. But.
Not from early though. Mav come in late.
Okay.
Yeah,
right?
He said that he found they were already doing things,
Yeah.
but they weren't Lotto Boyz at the time. But then, like I said, did you feel like the artists that you managed got to where he got to, and you were a big part of that? He wouldn't have got to that point otherwise.
He didn't get nowhere. I'm not like someone sitting and make out like I fucking.
No, but doing a tune with Wretch, getting on radio.
All right, so I'll give you the facts. When I met him, he had a stash of songs. Like, he had a decent producer. Like, he used to work with, Harmony. He's done stuff with like Chip and all sorts. Harmony's a big producer. He's out in the States now. I think he had stuff off Harmony. He had stuff off.
Did you do anything with it? Did you connect him with Def and Ill Blue?
No,
and
this is when Def was still rapping.
Right.
This was early, bro.
What was the Asian tune that Def had?
I can't remember.
With the Asian samples, you don't remember that rhythm?
It's not Hustle Every Day, is it?
Probably.
Hustle Every Day with Ruckus was on it as well.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But this is the thing.
Would I have heard this?
Yo, I'm gonna play it for you when we. I've got it on there. I've got the joint.
But basically, I wasn't creative. I didn't make anything happen. But I come into the studio. When I first went to the studio with him, I heard the song Deja Vu, and I was like, yeah.
I've probably got that on the laptop as well.
Got it
yeah, man.
So I was like, I heard this thing Deja Vu, and I go, you know what we need to do? And that's what everyone was doing. I was like, you need to get a rapper on this. And he like used to dance and used to play basketball. Yeah. And he just done a video with Wretch for Be Cool.
Jay Wills.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say his name.
Man's got the. Oh, you're not gonna hear it, but.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah. Anyways.
But yeah, he played that song to me in the studio, and I was like, you need to get a rapper on it. Like, he told me about the video he done the video with Rich and whatever, and I said, I'm going to a seminar. It's just randomly a week or two later, I was going to a seminar and Rich was on the panel.
Right.
So I went up to Rich. I said, look, boom, Jay Will. I manage Jay Will. Boom, boom, boom. Do you want to do a verse?
He said,
before I even finished my sentence, he goes, take my number, bro.
That's sick.
Took my number, bro. That story's crazy. But
them times there, it was possible to do all that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Rich come down, whatever, and done the verse. I'm sat there when he wrote the verse. Mentions Arsenal in the verse. You know, I'm gassed.
Yeah.
Soon as I got the MP3, I sent it to Ras Kwame.
Yeah.
Who was on One Extra back
Homegrown,
then. Yeah. So I've made the connection with Ras Kwame. So I'm just out. I'm just like that. I'm out. I can talk to anyone.
Yeah.
So he's got played on One Extra. He was getting played every week at one point. Had a second track come out. He's getting played on One Extra. We're talking about getting B listed and all sorts. I don't think he did, but we was close to it.
He just basically got gassed just off that.
And that was it. But we're remembering, this ain't a time which was like now. We're talking about a time when nobody in the UK was really blowing up like that. Yeah. It was hard to cut through.
So those things were like still big.
Exactly. It was a big deal.
So what I'm trying to say is, do you feel like you had a hand in pushing that?
I feel like if we could have carried on working, he'll tell you himself. Because he messaged me, to be fair on him. He messaged me a year or two later, because my whole thing was like, we just need to grind. We work hard, we can cut through. And he was like a bit lazy, and he said to me, you know what, Gavin, like I was wrong. If I worked hard, I would have got there. So he himself would admit what I did for him. I'm not going to say I didn't teach him how to sing. I didn't produce nothing. I didn't write nothing.
You were just the vehicle to guide him.
I saw what they had. I saw what him and the engineer he worked with had, and I was like, boom, we can do this. We can cut through. We can make something happen. So in them X amount of months I was working with him, I think like 9 months, I took him from just a guy that had a decent amount of songs on a laptop to being on One Extra and doing shows.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When you're a creative, they can be good at that, but that doesn't mean that they know how to manage themselves. That doesn't mean they know how to push their music and get to a certain point. That's why you have management teams.
But the
record labels.
The point I wanted to like just make, which like what I was explaining when we was talking about this to a couple of people, was that see these situations, manager and artist relationships, or for that matter, anyone who manages like your affairs, that whole relationship it's got to just be just tight as fuck, because like your trust in them regarding it, for me it comes down to like, let's say man, I don't know, ever needs anyone to handle like bookings, right? I want my closest friend who I know has my best interest at heart. Obviously, that's what you hope a manager's going to have.
That's the ideal situation.
Your best interest at heart, and is not. Yeah, he has to get paid for his time, his effort. But when you maybe take over an artist and you don't have that history, you know, I've got X amount of close friends I can count on like one hand, for example, right? But even within that number, you got to pick. Who do you know well enough that like?
And I agree with you.
And it's mad.
I agree with you, but you got circles of friends that like, I've got a circle of friends that I know that I could trust. I could give 100 bags to and say, hold that, 100. And I'll get my 100 bags back.
Yeah. Things like that.
But there's not really too many people in my circle that I could say, I'll give 100 bags and say, let's make that into 2.
Very true as well.
So you then need to get someone that might be out of your circle.
Out of your comfort zone as well.
So to me, it's not to do with money. Like, in my scenario, there was, like I said, there was no. If we did what we did then now, I'd be in a different place right now.
Yeah.
This when we had our first podcast, I was talking about the whole climate. That's kind of where my head was at as well, because I put the song on like Facebook and was getting hits on Facebook. People were messaging. One of my best friends from back in the day messaged me and said, "Can you take me?" Like, he liked it. And he goes, "Can you take me off there because the notifications are pissing me off?" Like, that's how mad it got, yeah. So I'm saying, like, now if we had it street, I was saying give it away for free, and someone told me, no, you don't do that. Where no one gives away their music and lets people play it for free. You know, in 2019 now, everyone's doing that.
Yeah.
So, but what my point is that you need to have someone that's got the foresight. You can get accountants.
Yeah.
You can get people to hold money for you, but if you got someone that's willing to ride with you because I'm not being funny, like, he just had music on a computer. We can drive from where we are now back to my house and probably pick up 10,000.
No, but even when you talk about all of that, like when you use the words like ride with you, the bottom line to me, just more about the relationship between the two people, is that you have to have a level of communication where I just think it's vital for any artist to know what the fuck's going on. There needs to be communication. Yeah, do you know what I mean? You don't just go, you're my manager, boom, just go do everything for me. And then you ain't got a clue what's going on with your money.
But you're working together and that's a given.
Yeah, but you'd be
one
surprised.
person brings one thing, the other person brings the other thing.
When someone's handling like your affairs on a level of, you're talking from kind of a startup. Do you know what I mean? Like
which is relevant to Lotto Boyz.
100. Yeah, but they had a lot more. They probably had a lot more going. Like, they were doing bookings, bro. Like, they were doing.
Well,
big...
I'm literally going off that interview. It doesn't sound like they did. Yeah, it doesn't sound like they did.
When they were a collective, when Math was managing them, they'd done. They had like.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Right. Before Math got involved, they were just guys trying to make music.
Because he says there that they had like 9 to 5s. Yeah, they were actually working.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Before, like, he picked them up, basically.
Yeah, at that stage, you can have your boys. And let's be real, like, you know as well as I do, Firestarr. How many times when we was trying to do our thing back in the day, how many of our boys were around us that wouldn't even hand out a flyer for you? Not because they don't like you, but they just everyone's selfish, innit?
Yeah.
Everyone's doing their own thing.
It's like, why are they going to give their time to you? Doesn't mean they don't believe in you, but that's their time.
Like,
and they don't get anything out of it.
Right, for instance, yeah, we're doing this podcast now. If the podcast all of a sudden, for whatever reason, the episode goes viral.
Yeah. Resh is leaving us straight off the bat.
Yeah, after Resh gets her modelling.
We need to sign the
paperwork.
We need to manage her, bro. We need to manage
she gets
this
her
situation.
boohoo contract and that and gone clear. Like, after all that, how many people do you think would repost and share your shit?
We're done. Me and you. Yeah, I'll take it.
No, but seriously, how many people do you think will repost and share your shit after you've blown?
Yeah.
And then not do it when you've blown?
Yeah.
But then for someone to come in and... Huh?
Yeah, completely.
That's what I'm saying. So if someone's coming now when we're getting a couple hundred views and say, I love what you lot are doing. I'm going to get you a studio. I'm going to get you a proper film crew. Boom, 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 boom.
Bro, the film crew's A1. Just the film crew's us.
No, but seriously. But listen to the point I'm making. Like, for someone that's outside of your circle to come in. No, I've not known many circles where you got someone that's in there that sees your passion and your vision.
Yeah.
I got boys in it.
Yeah.
I got good friends.
We all have our circles. Yeah.
I got good friends, but I've been doing raves. Like you said, I was doing the music. No one weren't sharing my shit.
There's very few people.
You anything to post something on Instagram.
That whole thing there is a whole
but
bag of emotions.
Are you going to be sharing you see something, would you share it? You're not getting anything out of it. Are you going to be sharing it?
I do.
Yeah, there's very few people like that.
But the reason why I do is because I remember having to stand out in a pissing rain and hand out flyers. So if you're telling me that Firestarr posts a mix and I just got to press one button on my smartphone,
but let me tell you something.
My 800 or whatever followers see
thing, like in the weird fucking world we live in, is that people who actually know you remotely, some of them will watch all of your shit and then they don't want to mention it. It's people who have you at a distance, who you're not connected to. People have supported.
So you're saying people close in your circle won't support you? You don't feel like they support you?
And this is my point.
No, I don't want to come out.
I'll say it. I'll say it. I don't give a shit. I'll say it.
No, but some people
they're not in my circle. Trust me.
Right, there's people that will see your like. I've tried. Like I said, I've tried so much shit. You've seen a lot of what I've tried, and I'll keep trying shit. I won't give up. But I guarantee, when one of my things like really spark, people be like, "Oh right, yeah, I always knew you'd be able to do it." I think that's just how human beings are.
I try and look at it like this: like, you can't be angry just because of the people. Like, well, maybe you can. No, maybe you can.
I won't be angry. I'll be angry, but I'll be honest.
Doesn't share your shit or whatever.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, like, I've lost my chain of thought.
But the thing is, what I'm saying is, like, I don't know. I don't have people like that. My circle's small, really small, and that's because it's only the people that I know would back me now. And if anything ever like got bigger, they'd back me. Yeah. Still.
No, the thing I was gonna say is, there's been people will say they'll give you the praise, but I think people maybe they forget or they don't understand, or maybe they do understand. They just know that the best way they can help you is to like support it by showing that support by
they don't understand.
You know when you see them fucking quotes and you see all that shit about like what's that constant there's always those messages coming out about like you can share like a celeb's shit that you don't know, but you can't support your own friends.
But it's true.
It's like that sort of thing.
But how do you not understand that? Like as a human being, how do you not understand that? You find out, like, we found out about the sad news this morning because of social media. Yeah. And you share it. Yeah. And you share it to someone who shares it to someone. Yeah. It's that not hard maths. Like but there'll be people, bro, I'm telling you, straight up. I've got groups on my phone and I've posted stuff in my phone.
And don't give a shit.
And I've said to people verbatim, share this, please. Yeah. Or post something, you say, sharing is caring. And people look at it and move on. Because
sharing is caring, you know
they won't do it because I think it's to do more, not because they don't any way towards me. I don't get angry. Yeah. It's insecurities towards you because, in my opinion, there's a lot of people out there.
And they're not.
There's a lot of people out there that don't want to be left behind. So if they'll see what you're doing and be like, right, if that works, Firestarr will be gone. Yeah. And he might forget about me. Yeah. Or I'll have to look in the mirror and be like, how comes he's able to do X, Y, and Z? Yeah. And I'm not, like, do you know what I mean?
The maddest thing about this whole thing is when you get momentum or you get into something, like your whole kind of energy and your mindset changes to like you want to support even you feel like you're in a different, do you know what I mean? You're not in that state of like watching everyone, because we all have it. Like when we weren't doing this, I was just talking about it for ages.
But everything starts off like that.
Yeah, but once you get rolling, like your whole kind of mindset just changes.
This is why I used to get angry.
You know what I mean?
But I just realized, as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that everyone's different, innit?
Yeah.
But you know me.
Yeah.
And you know the conversations we have. Before we were doing this, I would still shout you and say,
100.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
We've spoken about
etc. etc. Like
that.
I've got shout out Max Valentine,
Yeah.
He's gonna blow.
Yeah.
And I've said to you, I think I tagged you in one of his posts or something. Bro, I got no connection to him. Like, I've not seen my man in years.
He's do you know
what I mean? He's not putting no money in my pocket.
Yeah.
But if he posts something, I'm reposting it, I'm sharing it.
Yeah.
Ill Blue. I ain't seen Def in years.
Same.
But I'll post his shit and I'll big him up same way.
Because we've known him from early.
Because I've known him from early. I remember when Def was struggling out here as a rapper, and now he's doing his thing.
So you know, Ill Blue are producers.
Okay.
Produce bare bangers.
From Frontline to Princess.
Like Funky to like...
Most Stacks' big tunes.
Okay.
Like, they've done big.
They're very in it.
But Gavin, not everyone's like you. That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. So before,
mindset.
But I don't understand.
You can't have that expectation from everyone else to be.
All right. So there's two.
Like you are.
There's two. No. You're right, and that's what used to frustrate me. I've come to understand. But my reason why I used to get frustrated was I don't understand why, if you see someone trying something, why you would not help.
No, that makes complete sense. There was no reason you wouldn't. You're not losing anything.
Because I put it down to as simple as this: like, and I look at it as a culture, as an industry thing. So if Firestarr can kick off a door and he can do something, I can see that as inspiration. It's like, right, my man did it, I might be able to help. I'm not going to say to him, yo, I posted X amount of posts on Instagram, give me 10 bags.
Where's my cut?
Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. But if I'm trying to do something and he's made it to a certain platform and I've supported him get there, he might support me. And if he don't,
100%.
safe, karma's karma. That's how life works. Same way if I'm in the kitchen with you and you're cooking food and you actually say to me, oh, Gavin, pass me the salt. And I know that if you make that food and it's nice, I'm going to want some. But I ignore you and walk out the kitchen. And then when everything's finished, I come back and say, oh, can I have some of that?
You done a mad analogy. You done a mad analogy.
It's the same thing though, right?
I know loads of kids like that.
You were thinking, where's he taking this?
But it's true though. Do you get what I'm saying? If you're creating something and you blatantly, which I've blatantly asked people, can you help me with this?
Yeah.
And they ignore you and then come back when it's finished, i.e. dinner's ready.
Real. Yeah.
But you don't even want to pass me the salt for the pasta.
Yeah.
But you don't want to eat with me. Like, it's a joke.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. But the whole point is when it comes to math, one thing I'll give him is that it sounds like he came in and he said it towards the end of the interview.
Yeah.
One of their brothers was there from day one.
Yeah.
And he weren't invested.
That really messed up the dynamics and was putting pressure on him.
No, forget that, but he weren't invested. His blood.
Yeah.
He weren't invested in his blood. Yeah. My man's come in and made the thing happen and then cut him out, which is a bit crazy for me.
But the thing is, what I got from that is he said, I needed to invest the money I had into something. Invest it. It was an investment. He wanted to put it in there and get more out, right?
Yeah.
So as much as he's like, oh yeah, I brought them up, but did he actually care? Was it I believe in them and I care about their success?
It's an investment.
You have to care about an investment, no?
Yeah,
you don't care about an investment.
Did he come out of it with more? I don't know. I didn't.
Well, no, he's obviously pissed, isn't he? Like, let's be honest.
Everyone's for me.
I mean, his name's like not
for
in
me
great
personally.
light right
everyone's looking at, and I'm not defending the guy because there's a lot of bad that I'll come on.
Well, we don't even know. Them man ain't even spoke.
But for me, as far as going to your investment point, it's easy to invest in something that you know is going to be successful. So everyone's looking at it like, now, yeah, obviously you invested. Yeah, why wouldn't you invest in Lotto Boyz? Yeah. They've got 100 million streams and all the rest of it. When he invested, Spotify weren't even popping.
Yeah. This is
he did see it. He saw it, and he knew
and
what he wanted to create.
That's the important part that you can't take away from him. He said to them, "I'll ride with you." Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your friends won't, and that's what we've kind of gone off on a tangent. But that's what my whole point is. Most his blood brother was sat in a meeting. One of their brother was sat in a meeting and let this situation develop to where, because it weren't like Monday they started.
No, it was all just bubbling for time.
Wednesday was fucked.
Yeah, that's what I got from it as well.
Do you know what I mean? The brother was there at the beginning and he didn't say, "Oh, let's try this, let's try that. I'll give you this, I'll give you that." It weren't like that. A stranger's come in and made it happen for him. And then when things have gone wrong, for whatever reason, because I think there was a lot, because some of the shit he said was just fucked up.
Yeah.
But from when things went wrong, you can't start talking about you only invested because why didn't you then?
Yeah.
Me personally, I think it's in terms of where that whole thing's gonna go now. I think them man are just gonna do what they do. I think they've signed, or they're signing back to the label that they were Columbia or whatever.
Columbia, yeah.
And I think they're probably getting managed or getting told to just crack on. Do you know what I mean? Start making some music, forget this nonsense.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you're the guy,
but when the dynamic changes, don't the vibe change? Like that's for me. That's the only thing
so we'll see what they're saying. I mean, look, man.
But the bad thing, I mean, because I do sound like I'm defending my man, but the reason why I think it went south is because I think little things he said, like he was saying it was about me, and I did this, and I did that, and I did the other, and I
there's that element of like, I mean, I don't know Math personally, but we've worked with him. But that interaction, it's over a booking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man was a bit rude. I'm not gonna lie, but it's cool. Like, it happens. Managers sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Me, not the easiest person to work with.
No, you're not. You're normal.
You'd be surprised, bro.
I'm not saying anything.
We've had our squabbles.
It's cool. Like, you know, I just think
it's for me. I'll give you an example. Like he's talking about the GLC thing,
yeah.
And through Car Buying Guru, my business partners interacted with him about buying cars.
Yeah.
So I know that there was something going on about. I can almost
about the whips.
Yeah, I could look back on my call log and pinpoint when that shit was going on.
Yeah.
Because he contacted us about getting a car for one of them. So I presume when that whole fiasco was going on, he said, "All right, cool. Let me try and sort out your own motor." But the fact for me, based on what he was saying, he was on, and he said it in himself. Like he shouldn't have been talking about that's his car. He's in charge of the car. Everyone's grown. Like as far as them man are concerned, they're the ones going out performing.
Yeah,
they're the ones.
But that was the thing.
He
was talking from a perspective like all three of them are artists. He's an artist in his own right. Is what he kind of was trying.
I thought he was talking about the artists as like they were inferior. If I'm honest, like he kept on saying, "I'm the brains behind this. I'm this. I'm that."
I've wrote this.
It weren't a team. Yeah, it weren't a team effort.
That's the thing. It's got to be a team. I don't think the way I see it is you bring different elements to the success.
Yeah. And that, but the thing is,
but he wanted to be like Diddy plus, innit? Diddy plus some more pluses. Like I don't want to be the manager, the dancer.
That's
I
what I was
want to be the
say.
rapper as well.
He wanted to be Diddy.
Everything.
You want to be Diddy, Biggie, and Mix. That's who you wanted to be, bro.
You want to be everyone.
That's what I'm saying. And that's where he messed it up. And I think, like he's saying, he smashed the bottle in front of one of them and threatened them. But it was 2 years ago. You can't behave like that, bro.
Yeah.
You can't behave because at the end of the day, like I found out, is that when it comes down to it, when the artists are like when they don't want to fuck with you no more, it's a wrap. But he just so happens with him, they've gone clear. They don't actually need him, and there's going to be so many people. There's going to be vultures around him.
Well, there is no.
When you start showing cracks, they're going to start penetrating them cracks and make sure. So you need to be careful with that. So he messed up, man, big time.
But is it fair to say that they don't need him now?
Yeah, they don't care, man. They
recognise that
they're glad they got rid of him, man. Let's be honest. Okay. Come on, man.
Like, I think it's one or two.
You think they're sitting there worrying about my man?
Not now, they're not.
Well, I don't know, because if you check,
you think they're gonna regret that?
If you check it, the music, they ain't had nothing hot since.
No, they haven't. But
that's true,
and that's how they make their money.
I think it's fair to say it's been a strenuous time, innit?
I mean, you don't know. They might be working on a project. Something might come out.
That's what I'm saying. But no, you can't say they don't need him, because we don't know when it comes to the music what he was bringing to the table. Seriously, like even just having an ear for it.
That's what I'm saying. Though now you will find out the answer to that.
You know what I mean? How many people? Because Diddy don't play no instruments. Diddy don't really like. He's not really a beat maker. He would, like a DJ Khaled, he'll listen to this and say, "Oh, that's hot. That's a hit." Yeah. And that's a big thing. So maybe he was that guy.
Maybe.
And if they can't get another one of them guys around him, they ain't gonna make no hits. And you don't make no hits, you don't make no money.
Yeah.
Don't record labels like give you? I don't really know, but do they give you so much
but they don't know what they're doing. A lot of them people in the from what I understand anyway, I don't know it that much now, but they don't really know what they're doing. They don't understand the culture. It's got to be someone that's like.
It's got to be organic, innit? It's got to be what
Sometimes
what a label will do is give you someone that will say, "Oh yeah, okay, well, Fredo's just done a madness and hit top 10, so do an album like Fredo."
Yeah.
And that's it. That's why some people come and go.
Okay.
There's no one original when it comes to just a pure label setup. So, but we'll see, man.
But anyways, if you don't know the Lotto Boyz story, go and Google that.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, big up Amari on TV, man.
He's got some bad boy interviews, man.
I watch a lot of his stuff. He's really
the man behind the camera.
Yeah.
Is he Asian, brother? Is he Asian?
No, he's Nigerian.
For real?
Yeah, you trying to claim him for?
Why are you trying to
He's
why would he
Nigerian.
be Asian?
What's the channel called? Omar.
Amari.
Oh, I've not seen it before, apart from this video.
He's got some good interviews.
Took a guess, man. All right, what else? What else did I tell you lot this week? New rhythms.
Yeah.
Well, I told you, but none of you listen to AJ Tracey. The new AJ Tracey.
Straight in down
because you know what? I don't normally listen to this.
Every time, she don't let us breathe, man.
Actually, the new, I say project because it doesn't have a name on Spotify, YouTube. So
I don't like that, by the way. Can we just talk about that for a second?
What?
People saying it's a project.
What do I call it?
What do you mean?
Mixtape.
I think they're playing it safe.
Who calls it a project? Is that what
I just called it a project because it doesn't have a name.
Called it Youngin called it a project. He's
yeah, but his thing was does feel like a bit of it's not an album, man. Is it an album? It might be buzzing.
What makes an album?
Bro, that just
there's you know what? There is
just feels like a mixtape to me.
There's a definition of what an album is. I think.
Do you know, for me, yeah, you must be able to concur with this. But a mixtape is an American term.
Yeah.
A mixtape was a selection of beats that you didn't own.
Yeah.
I.e., Drake's got a hot rhythm. I'm going to do my version of it. And you'll do 12 different versions of different people's versions and mix them together. And you'll have a DJ drama screaming over it. That was a mixtape.
I thought a mixtape was when you don't have to clear music. Because on an album, you have to clear. No, I don't think.
But you do.
Oh, okay.
Nowadays, you do. You can't put it on Spotify and not clear it.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. So
a mixtape to me is just like literally...
A mixtape don't exist anymore.
Have this.
A mixtape don't exist anymore.
It's just have this.
It's just collecting
That's why.
music.
That's
maybe
I think
a
an
couple
album
of
comes out through your actual label. It's a proper album, whereas a mixtape is just here's a group of songs.
You're DJ. Am I right? Is that not the right definition of what a mixtape is? When Weezy was killing it with the mixtapes, what was he doing?
Rapping over other beats.
That's what he was. That's what a mixtape is.
But then,
if you go to anyone in New York,
but that's back then.
Yeah, but
like
then
now,
it's like,
I know people are throwing things out. Like that's the whole thing. Yeah, things are just getting thrown out.
Because isn't it like
this is why people ain't calling their shit mixtapes.
But to be fair,
it's like a lower form of project. So then they can't call it an album because that's just like, oh no, if I call this my album and it's not that great, then
it's all right. Then it's a pass. It's a pass.
If I call it my album and it's not great, then that album flopped, and the album's the biggest thing an artist can make. So what am I going to call it? A project? Now you're just cheating now.
No, I'm just going off like
the AJ Tracey thing is an album.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know if it is though because I just watched like a Young Thug interview or something. He couldn't release an album through the label because of whatever stuff with Weezy.
Oh, that's all boring to me.
But what I'm saying is he said he released loads of mixtapes in that time because he's been releasing music, but they're not albums. Like a proper album that's making him money.
I just don't understand what an album is now. Because you got people like Kanye releasing albums with 7 tracks on it, and you got people like Drake releasing albums with 50 tracks on it.
Oh, that was long, wasn't it?
Do you know what I mean? What is an album? To me, if you release a song with original material and it's got like 10 plus on there, to me it's an album. So Youngin's thing to me was an album, which was good quality. I liked it.
Did it have a name?
Project Purple.
But he might have just called. I'm just going off. It doesn't call it an album. There's no name.
He calls it a project.
But I called it a project. There's no name to it.
What does project mean? I don't. Okay. Like mixtape's a project. Album's a project.
The
mixtape.
I think you're cheating because for me, if with Youngin, and this is my opinion, innit? With Youngin, if he calls it a album, and it's not, he says he's got an album coming, which is fine. But if he calls it an album and it's not seen as amazing, then his first album wasn't amazing. So he's gonna. I feel like you're not teasing, but you're feeding out stuff. It's a science. You put out for me, you'd have a batch of music, and then you'll say, all right, we're gonna put these 10 out and test the audience. And if you got a certain sound that works or a certain vibe that works, you know you're onto the right thing with the album. But if his Project Purple come out and it was dead and no one liked it, and the rest of that and the whole album
good,
sounds
man.
like that, and I thought it was good as well. But now he knows the album's probably gonna bust because out of the 20 songs, they were the 10 that were okay.
Does a mixtape make you money?
A traditional one did because you sold it as CDs on the street.
Yeah, but not now.
But
No,
not.
it's-
But what? How? What's a mixtape now? That's what I'm saying. What's a mixtape now?
Basically,
Do you know
Gary
what?
just
I don't
said,
care
stop.
from a normal consumer point of view.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
you
yeah.
want to call it
Just do your
whatever.
thing, innit?
Just release the music. If
But
it's good, it's good. If
listen,
it's not.
The young'un thing, obviously he's got the commercial joint with Gappy? Dappy.
Yeah.
I was thinking Gappy Ranks.
Oh, he got sick, innit? He had a seizure or something.
So that joint, comfortable,
So
it
cool.
is good. But the one that I like is no chorus. That's the young'un like spitting. That's got Charlie Sloth on the.
I don't like Charlie on it, but
I don't like
yeah,
Charlie
yeah,
Sloth.
but that's just for like.
But,
listen, I don't like Posty on his joints now. Like
Yeah,
coming like what's it called?
Khaled.
Not Khaled. Who's the guy on? But yeah, you know the intro thing, like.
Yeah. Hold me down.
I mean, I didn't. Hold Me Down was a vibe, but then he's come and done it on this new one as well, like the beginning, the little intro. But it's not as strong as like Charlie, but no
I think-
chorus, young'un.
What's
Bad
the first
Boy
one? What's the first one? The intro was cold. No chorus was cold. The one with Dappy's good. I think the whole project was good.
I like that.
It made because to me,
Yeah.
I weren't really,
You're a fan,
Yeah.
I weren't really massive.
N-Dub's fan.
really?
Yeah.
From way back.
Yeah.
N-Dub's
I never got into it.
N-Dub's killed it, bro.
See, thank
N-Dub's
you.
cool.
No, I'm not denying. I'm not trying to deny that.
Don't
I
be,
was
don't be
it.
embarrassed to say you like N-Dubs. Come on.
I didn't, but I.
You wouldn't have
fully-
catch him in a concert, but definitely I was
would've
definitely
gone to
banging
concert.
N-Dubs.
I mean,
on Shadow U.
Phaser, God knows what he was doing, but Lisa and Dappy.
Dappy,
Rate them.
you know what? Dappy's so underrated for me,
Agreed.
bro. Dappy.
Do
You
you know
don't rate
what?
Dappy, bro.
Dappy,
Oh,
man.
did you see
I
Dappy on
think-
Gasworks?
I think unfortunately,
Yeah,
like
he was
he,
jokes.
That's awkward.
someone,
That was so awkward. That's why it was
What
so
was?
funny.
What
Dappy on Gasworks. He was there just being like nice and normal. And they just completely like made
Dappy
it
for
very
me
awkward.
is one of the most talented artists in the
I
UK.
think he's having his re-emergence. Like it's happening. I
He's
mean,
had
I
a
know
couple
But he
good
deserves
tunes.
it though.
he's got good,
Yeah.
like he's got good people around him now.
Dappy can bar. Dappy
Yeah.
can write.
He's talented.
He can play. He can play keys,
Yeah,
and he can sing. Like, there's no one I can think of that can do all of that in the UK. There's no one I can think of that can do all of that well in the world. Really. Dappy's cold, but I don't know. The AJ Tracey thing, like you saying, Resh.
Oh, now we're gonna go back to it, even though you
Yeah,
didn't
so
want to talk
Young
about it.
No,
Thank
you-
you.
live. Obviously, AJ Tracey's only been out like
A couple of days.
literally.
Yeah,
I've seen it on the timeline, but I was really not interested.
it's good. Do you know what I like about
I'll
it?
listen to it on the way home.
Do you know what I like about it? There's a variation. They're not all the same. And at the moment, there's so many mixtapes, albums, whatever,
Yeah.
that just the tunes all sound the same, and that's so jarring.
Yeah.
So on this one, if you like garage
Little
music from
Afro
back in the
swing beat
day,
and that, everything
yeah,
sounding like.
there's a tune on there,
little
Ladbroke
pop.
Grove. That's it.
Let me just quickly Rams has got a new joint as well. Have you seen it?
No,
I've seen.
Listen,
What, is
it's
it good?
actually all right.
I've seen the thumbnail, but it
Well,
said
it's,
Rams.
it's a commercial.
so it's not a one-hit wonder.
No, like.
All right.
You look so shocked.
I think
Listen, I
I
thought Rams was completely
You
done.
thought it was
out
done
here.
out here.
Yeah.
Completely done.
Can we talk
There's
about
just
how?
too much people as well. Like he does get a lot of flack as well. He's had a lot of flack
About what?
online.
Not
not
putting
seen
out
the
any of the
stories
music.
about,
No.
like, recently, like apparently he was out here like doing some homosexual behavior, and there was all sorts of rumors on Twitter. It was mad. Him and Unknown T got caught up in some accusation.
I did
Twitter's
actually,
mad, though.
I
might
did
even have
see
got
that.
I might even not have been.
That
reading
gave me
it
some
correctly.
jokes, but I forgot that happened.
But and then obviously there was
saw
a thing when
that.
Rams. You remember when Rams performed at the Capital Extra thing? He didn't have in-ears in, and it was off. Just
Yeah, he gets
I
it
mean,
a lot.
He gets people jump on him.
He
like,
gets it a lot.
Is that because he's not an established artist? He had that one track, and then
he
it
had to
was.
think about
I just feel like from my experience, like 'cause my nephew keep me a bit in the loop.
yeah.
He's just not respected with that age group. To the point, my nephew's called Ramon, and so's Rams's name's Ramon.
Okay.
And he goes, he says, last time I saw him,
He's getting bullied.
I didn't even realise. No, he goes,
I'm laughing at that.
He goes, last time I seen him,
He did not do that.
he goes, my name's so unique, and out of all the people,
this guy's got it.
He goes, why did it have to be him?
He wants a hard body. Like,
he goes, Uncle Gavin, I can't believe it was
name.
him. And it's like, yeah, like Rams has got no respect for whatever reason.
Yeah, you know, you're right. They
just
kids
don't
just
rate
don't. Don't rate him.
So he's got a new joint.
Okay.
It's all right. I think it's going to do
I
well
mean, go
for
him. Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Resh will probably like it. It's I don't like.
I don't know if that's an offensive comment.
Probably.
Yeah.
You like it.
It's your taste. Your music.
It'll be like, you know what I mean, one of them
Jay,
joints that you just like the vibes. It's an alright song, man. I think it's gonna do. It was better than what did he release after Barking? Family Tree.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That's my family.
That was
tree.
terrible.
I think that's when I lost interest.
Yeah,
Barking, I just respected what he
Barking,
did.
innit?
Barking just got played
Barking, I
and
respected
rinsed on
what
the
he did.
radio.
Family Tree, I was just like, nah,
But that happens, innit? It's like that happens with some songs that just flipping do your nutting.
Oh, I don't listen to radio anymore, so I don't know. Because I just
but even
can't.
in the clubs though, it weren't like we weren't playing Barking. We all
You were playing Barking
I
5 times a night.
You had to.
Right? Not more than once a night. No.
Imagine some of your bookings like you lose respect not playing Barking.
It was now like it's not in the.
It's not in the stats.
Unless it's like.
Thank God they don't play
requested
that.
and it's like okay.
I just think some music's just not for me, innit? Rams, AJ Tracey.
Anyway, so Ram's new joint. Okay, you haven't heard it, so check that out.
What was the ambush track that you were talking about?
It's cold. Now, that's for me.
I did listen to
Listen,
it.
that's
Oh, see now this is what happened to CG. That's for the man them.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Spoke to Sauce's people yesterday. I spoke to Ambush's management yesterday. I said, bad boy tune.
It's
Hard. Video dropped. It's just a bad man tune, innit? And
I rate him.
Listen,
I rate Ambush.
We haven't spoken about Sauce enough on here.
No.
We're going to get into that at some point.
Sauce is cool.
When you're up on your knowledge. Suspect.
Send me some links.
Yeah, you're going to get all of that this week. But we spoke about Ambush Bear. I think we spoke about it 3 weeks in a row. Yeah. About connected to something.
Did we?
Yeah, but beginning of the year we spoke, first episode we spoke about him, which was kind of the beginning of the year. Because of the year he had.
We spoke about Jumpy, we spoke about the fire in the booth.
But then that's what I'm saying. So then the second time we spoke about him was because he killed it on the fire in the booth. And we're speaking to him again because he's just dropped that and it's a madness.
But that
we ain't just talking about him because we just want to talk about him.
Like, I'm just glad that these men just understand, let's fucking connect. Do you know what I mean? Let's
I think that's
do
a lot.
this.
I think that's a lot to do with Posty though.
They're both, actually.
I think you got to give Posty his ratings.
I do forget.
And I love that he's doing that. I love that he's doing that because he has the power to do it.
He understands.
He has the power to do it like that, and the Rated Awards. He's able to bring people together, and he's doing bits, man. That tune's cold. To be fair,
It's just one for the man.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Do you know what I mean? But to hear them two together, barring, vibes in, it's fun, man. Yeah. I like it when records like that come out.
Because it don't happen enough anymore.
No. But I mean...
That's your opinion.
I don't think it...
It's your opinion.
Sorry, Rash, you're right. In my opinion.
You
know when you got two rappers you just wish would collaborate and it don't happen?
That is exactly one of them.
It don't happen for whatever reason. That
is exactly one of them. But Sus is like... I wouldn't even say he's underrated. I think he's just working his way through becoming sick.
I think he's rated...
I can't believe how
I think he's rated amongst the industry.
100%.
But I think he's gonna
100%.
have his niche. A bit like a Gets, to be honest. He's gonna have his core fan base that ride with him. And
he's got a unique way as well. Like Ambush.
Yeah.
You know if
I think Ambush can go merch though. I think Ambush can cross over. Because of how he spits.
Yeah.
You can understand, and that's what it's about, clarity.
Yeah.
But then Sus is clear on the mic. I don't know.
Sus is hard, man.
I don't know. You need to check him out. I don't. What are you into then? Who's your favorite UK rapper? That's a good question.
That's a difficult question. What would
top
you say?
three then. Let's do that. Actually.
Oh,
I want to compare top threes.
I like.
Who's your top three?
Certain music at different times, so it changes, isn't it?
It's fine. But if you had if you had to say Spotify changed,
bro,
it, you listen to
hold on. If you ask her what's her top 3 UK rappers, you know who's going to be top of her list?
Right now.
Tory Lanez, bro.
Oh, shut up. That's just...
That's out of order.
I lied.
That's
Nah.
out of order.
Come on, man.
Tory ain't British. Don't say that again. That's
You
out of
can't
order.
have him.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Please don't disrespect my country.
Exactly. Allow him.
It's not UK.
Allow him.
No, I'm joking.
I
Go
wasn't
on.
even going to bring Tory Lanez up.
Well,
You
But
were.
do you know what?
You were
If
gonna
you
say,
know
"Oh,
what?
can
If
we mix
you
it up?"
want to
Go
talk
on.
about Tory Lanez again,
I
because
don't.
you are
Actually,
so
I
obsessed.
really don't. The people are probably sick of us talking about that shit, man.
Top three. Spotify said you only got 3
That you can listen to
British
for the rest of
rappers
your life.
You could listen to for the rest of this
Good
year.
question.
Who would you
I
pick?
don't know, you know. Right now, AJ Tracey, I'm happy to listen to that. Makes
Really?
sense. Yeah.
But for life.
No,
No, that's what I'm saying.
No,
It changes
seriously,
all the
you know-
time. Can I have a look at my playlist?
yeah, go on, you. Go
She's cheating.
Come
No,
on.
no.
Number one,
Oh yeah, it's gotta be.
it's got to be Hollow Man.
Yeah.
Oh, Gigs would be on it. Why is my
Good.
keep falling?
Good. Boy, after that, it does get difficult, man, because like some of the new artists, like
Oh, can I? Does anyone listen to Nave Smalls?
Yeah, I think Nate Smalls is cold.
I like Nave
yeah,
Smalls.
you've said that.
If anyone knows him like performing anywhere, can you let me know, please? Thanks.
Yeah, I think Nate Smalls is cold.
Yeah.
He's one for the future.
I
Yeah.
listen to Nave.
What about Young Few?
Go on anyway. Your top 3.
But then you're.
Gigs.
What are you gonna count? Like Wiley in there? You're gonna count?
Depends what you like,
Depends,
doesn't
it's
it?
everyone's opinion. There's no right answer. I was trying to get a feel of what you're really
It
into.
really depends what you like. I'm a rap head, so like the grime stuff just
Yeah,
has
but
to
I've
go on
got
the
like
back
stuff
burner
like
for
Dave
me.
on it on my playlist.
The-
I have
the-
NSG on my playlist.
Yeah, you're just like picking like everyone.
You got
just
you
want
got
the
no
whole
top
scene.
Yeah,
3.
because everyone has some good tracks and.
Yeah, but wait, this is why it's called a top 3, man. Got narrow.
I'll come back to you next week.
Go on.
So you're
Well,
not.
then who's-
Hold
who
on,
would
hold on.
yours
So
be?
me, you go
If
one
that's
for
that- if
one.
it's that
top.
easy.
Obviously, you're gonna go Gets number one.
Obviously,
Gets.
because he's the best
But
in the
Gets
world.
might creep into my top 3 now, just solely because
Yeah,
I
he
spent the
needs-
whole week with him.
No, but he needs to keep your top 3 because
He
he's
has
just,
to. No. But
he's just
for
the
the right
greatest.
reasons as well. For the right reasons, like I said it before that the thing with the grime thing for me is like I wasn't into it the same way you were, but obviously I had to.
For me, it's not. But
had
you
to
know
pay
what?
attention to all
You
of
say
it.
that, and it is like the energy is with the grime. Like that's when it.
Yeah.
That's when it goes a bit mad. But I'd say the fact that he can do like movement, we're called a tempo specialist.
Yeah,
That's why number 1 will be Gets, number 2 will be Rich,
yeah.
number 3 will probably be Chip. And the reason is you put them on a hip hop beat
They can do it.
and as a feature, they're probably taking the track.
Yeah.
You put them on a grime beat as a feature, they're probably taking the track. There's not many in hip hop that can do grime. And that's what Chip showed with the Young'un beef, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just.
Chip's done tunes with Meek Mill and Gets
Boy.
Has he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Meek?
boy, man.
from day.
I didn't
Bare
know this.
tunes. Chip was like signed to T.I., you know that, right?
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Yeah,
That's
he
what I'm
was
saying.
in America for a whole
So that's
minute.
what I'm saying. So you can't. For me, that's my top 3.
Who? Chip and
Chip, Rich,
Get.
Chip, Rich, and Gets.
So that's
Okay.
a good top 3.
I can't. And yeah.
Chip, I wouldn't mind. Wretch is he's obviously really good.
Wretch is.
Gets, I just don't
Wretch
listen to
can
Gets.
tell a story all day long.
Yeah.
So he would probably, he'd be in mine. Gigs.
I agree with the Gigs one. That'd
and
be
I
my
don't
top
know who
3.
else, bro, right now.
There's a lot of new artists that are really good though, but they haven't got.
Enough of a catalogue.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my
100%.
So it's
That's
it's
when these kids want
difficult.
to argue me and tell me that Dave's like
Davey's good though.
top 3. He's very talented.
Yeah.
He ain't top 3.
Yet.
He ain't top 3. I think he's powerful right now. For me, you're hot right now, or you're like legendary status. I don't think he's legendary status just yet.
Yeah, I mean, I listen, like I said, I listen to a lot of scraps as well. But a lot of people don't, you know, a lot of people underrated, whatnot. But I'm a rap head, man. So the legends are the legends, but do I listen to loads of...
All right, here's one for you for the
Loads of,
top 3 rap then.
Go on.
Conan.
Conan, sick.
I'll
Oh,
What about Kano?
I put. I
Kano's
would put
grime.
Kano. He's close. He's close to my top 3, but I'd put Conan top 3 rap UK.
yeah?
Definitely. I'd definitely put him top 3 rap UK, and I think he's very underrated when it comes to that argument. Bars.
He's got bars.
Wordplay. He's one of the craziest with the wordplay. Him and Correct. And
There's a lot of underrated guys though, G, man.
More than him. I bet you can't. We'll have this conversation another day. Yeah. I bet you can't name me 5 hip hop UK that are 5 that are better than him. That have done more for the. And when my opinion is impact.
Yeah.
So that don't waste my time shit. Remember the Americans, yeah, were on that tune. Why? Because of the hook.
Yeah.
It was a hook. Conan did the hook. Wordplay, I don't think there's an argument there. He's ridiculous with the wordplay. Yeah. And bars.
I could easily listen to most of Captain Conan's music.
Them two are just so underrated. I prefer Conan out of the pair. That's why I put Conan as top 3 over Crept. Then you got to put Gigs in there, obviously, because it's Gigs. And then Wretch is more hip hop than grime. Yeah, that'd be my top 3 hip hop. If I said no grime artist in there.
Yeah. All right, I hear that. We need a bit more time on that.
Yeah.
I think it's a debate. Comments below and all that.
Yeah, to be fair, you had a good top 3. I don't know what you even came out with. I just named loads good eyes that I thought.
You just named the whole scene.
No,
you don't
want to
Firestarr don't want to forget no one and not get any more dubs. That's what it is. He don't want to lose his drops and that. I get it. It's business, bro. It's business, mate.
Oh, jeez.
Listen, do you know what? In terms of new music, there's not a lot of American stuff out. Right, and I've got to say, it's nothing. Yeah, there's not.
Take it overseas.
Do you know what? I genuinely really enjoy American music, hip hop. So
do I, but like,
there's not a lot of new stuff out right now. So that's what I was just saying.
G.
What do you mean? What are you saying?
From the American music scene, anything you want to?
Oh shit, yo!
I don't actually pay attention.
No, we ain't fucking mentioned. 21Savage is from London.
Oh my days. Is that true though?
It's one of our own fam.
Is that true though?
Yeah, he was born in London.
He's born in...
Yeah.
His mum's got a British accent.
I think, but obviously he should win his...
Oh, he's got money.
Cases.
He's gonna be fine.
Why?
Jay-Z's back in the ting now.
He's got money. They can't kick him out.
Okay, why do you think he didn't want to mention this?
I don't think he...
Has he come out and said he didn't want
I don't think it just didn't... It's one of them that just didn't come up in conversation.
That comes up. Come on, where are you from? That's a typical question for anyone. And he's never once said...
I don't care how the situation pans out. I'm bare happy that he's was just born here.
Well, do you know what?
It don't really mean nothing. It don't really mean anything.
I'm a bit offended because he doesn't want to actually claim it.
Exactly.
That's why I'm like, what? Why would you not want to be like, yo, do you know what? I'm originally from UK.
Americans.
How do you know he doesn't have that conversation? He might not have it publicly. I don't know. I'm not really following him like that, but I don't think...
Bro,
nor am I, but that was everywhere. Sick. Those like...
I was late on it as well. Like
he is good.
I was late, but now like, man's...
There were memes about it all over the place.
Like, when he drops, the new album's sick as well. And I just remember, man, like going like back to 2017 when he had Joints out, and again like we was on the tour, blah blah blah.
I'm more follow his like his music again. I'm not really into it too tough, but I more follow his I watch his interviews and that. He's very intelligent. He says a lot of. He's just a smart guy basically. He comes across as a very intelligent guy, but I've not followed him to know where he's from as a kid. But then I'd say there's people that don't like Slick Rick. People didn't know that Slick Rick was from America and stuff like that. Sorry, from the UK and stuff like that. So is it something that really comes up in conversation like that? I don't know.
I would just assume that it would, but
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I don't know, but it is crazy. Where's he from? Newham.
Yeah.
Dizzy and them, man. Footsie and them.
Dizzy and them, man. There.
What's crazy is that none of them actually knew. Not unless he was just one of them kids that. Do you know what I mean, though?
But did he go to America like really early and actually know?
He's like 7 years old.
Yeah, so.
No, he's older than that apparently.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's two. I've heard 2 ages. I've heard 5 and I've heard 13.
Oh, right. I've heard 7. So
that's 3 now.
That's the internet for you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But even at 13, if you go, you might not necessarily have been the guy in the ends. That no one might not know you. No one. You know what I mean?
He certainly wasn't 21Savage at that age, was he? No,
but it's like I don't. There's certain people I do remember from school at the age 13. There's certain people I just don't. Do
you think no one from his school was like, yo, that guy went to my school? Yeah. Just like randomly.
But no one relevant. Like you might have tweeted it to like your 10 followers.
True.
No, you never caught on. But apparently it has been out there before that he was from the UK.
Oh, well, there you go.
And his mum's blatantly English.
Yeah.
So I was watching something that was a bit mad. It's like, where the accent come from? Like, you got no British accent at all. If you did get there when you was a teenager.
But
I feel like that can go.
Yeah, that
when
can
you're a
go,
kid
yeah.
and you grow up somewhere, it can change.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, because my little boy went to America for 2 weeks, come back.
Speaking American.
We just
It's too much YouTube, bro. He calls it like the garbage. It's like, this is the bin. It's not the garbage. It's the bin. But yeah, man. 21's from Newham. UK scene strong, boy.
Yeah,
if he gets deported, can you imagine that though? Seriously, like,
but the thing is, if he doesn't want to be here, it's peak for us, though. Do you know what I mean? He has to want to be here, innit?
Nah,
we don't want him.
I don't want no one that doesn't want to be here. Yeah.
I don't know plenty of people that don't want to be here. When the snow comes, I don't want to be here.
Really, you can't blame him. Like,
but it'll be nice. It'll be like, it's about a dough he's got.
Yeah, but you know, like the Americans obviously are like, they're mocking the thing hard. Like that.
Not so much now, though.
No, not so much now.
No, but there's a lot that are, man, trying to mock.
Yeah,
ignorant
they don't know. That's
they
why.
don't have a
I know what you're
clue
saying.
like of what's going on here.
But I don't get why. Ain't he had like charges and all sorts?
Yeah,
he's been inside.
gun charges.
I don't know. I feel like everyone has gun charges.
That's mad. Like, how do you not get deported? Like over here, I know people that have been inside and they've been deported straight away. Like,
look what happened to mine.
Straight from the prisons back on the plane.
Cash-tastic.
Cash is that's just a mad. But it's
where's he? Jamaica.
Yeah, he's living life now though.
Yeah, which is he deserves.
Cash has like he's got it patterned. But
that was mad as well.
But it's a similar story though. Was here as a kid, didn't have his papers right.
Yeah.
And they got onto him and deported
Gone.
him. But he just ain't as big a name as like this happens all the time.
Yeah.
And especially with from what I understand, what they're trying to do in America with the citizenship and all that, it's just a time when this stuff's gonna happen.
Any excuse to.
And it's happening here as well. Don't get it twisted. You just don't hear about it until it's someone big. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be a fucking. You got bloody. I can't even think. Ainsley Harriet's got to get deported or some shit. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be something like that before anyone actually realizes, like, oh my god, they're actually kicking us out of the country. But
I'd be devastated if Ainsley Harriet got deported. Just saying, yeah, legend.
Man like Ainsley, you know.
I'm just thinking anything else that we haven't covered. It's been one of them weeks.
It's been crazy, man.
I haven't digested AJ. Back onto that quickly. I haven't digested.
Oh, you haven't heard it, so obviously how can you?
I haven't digested it properly.
You got a whole week.
What else is coming? You know,
I've done the flipping.
You're in the know. What else?
I've done the rap show. This
that
week.
was a good rap show, by the way.
You, man. For anyone that hasn't,
I ain't missed it.
You know what I wanted to say?
I heard the last one.
It was because I was on the tour. I didn't pattern it for Monday, so it was late. I only got done on Thursday, but I kept it in sync. So we're in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rap show is in line with the podcast episode. So it's good. No, but I just did a kind of throwback mix to what man was playing on the Gets tour.
Yeah.
Just to keep it rolling out. Yeah. Obviously next week we'll go straight back into like the rap shit. But what did I want to say? Any artists listening, send your music. Might feature it. If it's hot,
review it and that.
What else? People have hollered. Well, I told you lot this anyway. What? Go on.
No, I was just thinking about an artist that.
Who?
Just some random person.
Oh right.
When artists be hollering at you on Instagram to rate their music.
You trying to manage?
No, not even. Actually, could I?
Finesse them.
Dang.
Yeah, just don't finesse them.
Take their 50 bags in the jacket they get off Chris Brown.
Yeah, G, you're blacklisted, bro.
But I ain't trying to be in it. I'm too old for that.
But yeah, look, any artists that want to send music for the rap show, I'm not new to this, holler at me. People hitting us up, want to come and sit with us. That's mad.
It is mad.
So we'll try and see what we can do over the next coming weeks. Chohan's on her last legs. Resh is on her last legs. So
what does that even mean?
You're out, man. You're leaving us, aren't you, for 2 weeks?
Oh yeah, like you're gone. That's it. End of.
Cut.
You're no longer on this.
She needs a holiday.
Yeah.
When do you fly?
2 weeks on Saturday.
Oh, Miami, look out, man.
So you'll be here
MIA.
next week. Huh? Will you be here next week?
Club Live on a Sunday,
yeah.
innit?
I'll be. I actually don't want to go there. Next week I'll be here. Week after, 2 weekends I won't be here. So you got to find a sub. Who's subbing me?
We'll find a sub. We'll work it out. But yeah, man, keep supporting and love that.
Yeah.
We love that.
Thanks to everyone who's listened.
Let us know what you're feeling.
At Mr. Gavin Cameron. Resh.
Chohan. Thanks. I love that we do my Instagram in like little bits. Someone just
I was actually just calling you to tell you because I couldn't remember it.
The dot came from over there. It's all good.
And we've got man like DJ Firestarr.
DJ Firestarr. Search. Yeah, everything, man. Hashtag.
Listen to his mix this week because I'm actually genuinely like I really liked it, bigging it up.
At least you know you listen to one and you're feeling.
That's the first one I've listened to all the way through.
Rated. It's all love.
Yeah, man. It's all love. Big yourselves up. Thank you for supporting.
Until next week. Bye.